we've lost the magic of Christmas and how to get it back. This is a video that I have been thinking about for some time, and it's always kind of baffled me what the changes are that happen between being a child and then moving into adulthood, and why Christmas feels so different now. So I have my handy dandy journal here, and we're gonna talk about why Christmas doesn't feel special anymore. And I know I'm not the only one that feels like that. I know that there are quite a few people in my life that have stated that they feel this way. It started happening in their adulthood. And I think that there are four main concepts that I believe that I have also put together as to why we feel like this, and all four of these things you can change around, which is the good news of this video. So I'm gonna explain all four and then talk about how you can change it and how you can bring the magic of Christmas back into Christmas of 2025 and moving forward. So as a Catholic, and if you're Catholic or Christian, then this one will apply to you. If you are not, then you can just skip to reason number 2. But if you are, I have found that, especially in my adulthood, I think we do not center Christmas around Jesus anymore. It is kind of turned into everything else. And the true meaning of Christmas for a Catholic and a Christian is around Jesus Christ, celebrating the birth of him as a message of hope, love, and redemption, and giving. It's the season of giving, and Jesus gave all the time. And I think that these are things that we forget about a lot. We get so consumed and thrown into the overconsumption of Christmas that we forget what it's actually about. And growing up, Jesus was during Christmas time a lot in my household, whether it was through music or decorating the tree or going to church. And I feel as if once I got into my adulthood, it wasn't as prominent, and it should be. And that's one of my goals for this year, for this Christmas, is to make sure that Jesus is at the center of everything that I do for Christmas this year, in everything that I think and everything that I buy and everything that I give and everything that I do, because that's the entire true meaning of Christmas. I might have lost it a little bit along the way, but it's an easy thing to bring back, and Jesus is always waiting for you. So that's something that if you want to bring the magic of Christmas and the true meaning of Christmas back, Jesus is the first one. We're going to move into number 2 now. This is not obviously the main part of Christmas, at least I don't think so, but it is a big part of Christmas, and that is giving gifts. And everybody does it, we all do it, and we spend a lot of time trying to find the perfect gift for other people. And I think one of the biggest reasons why we've lost that magic, special, exciting part of Christmas time is because we no longer practice delayed gratification. And if you don't know what delayed gratification is, it means that you are not automatically buying something that you saw yesterday and you're buying it today. You wait on it. You have patience, you save for it. There's no impulse purchasing going on when you're practicing delayed gratification. And delayed gratification and dopamine kind of go hand in hand as opposites, because dopamine is the thing that you get. It's the chemical that releases when you are constantly buying something, or if you get a new like on your photo or a comment on your photo, or again, you're on TikTok, every single reel, all that short form content, you're getting bursts of dopamine in your brain. A delayed gratification, as an example with that, would be instead of watching short form content on TikTok, you are watching 20, 30, 40-minute videos on YouTube, or you watch a movie, or you watch a long TV show episode. So that's the difference between the two, just to make that clear. Now, what does this have to do with Christmas? As adults, especially now, we have come to the point where if we want something, we get it. There is no element of surprise anymore. There's no element of waiting. Even if back in the day you wanted to go to the store to buy something, now in today's society, you can just online shop. Like, the gratification is crazy. It's just instant. You want something, you buy it on Amazon, it comes tonight. comes tomorrow. You need a dress for the weekend and it's 3 days away. You can buy something on Amazon, it'll show up on your doorstep. You can buy something from an online store. There is no boundary now between wanting something and buying it. It's just instant. And I know for Christmas growing up, and think about it, especially when you're a kid, you don't have the means, obviously, or the funds. You can't just jump in a car and go and buy what you want. So you wait for the 2 days of the year that you can do that. That's Christmas and your birthday. Now, Christmas is even bigger because everybody's buying gifts for everyone. So you're buying gifts for somebody, people are buying it for you. As a kid, it's really all centered around you. You're not really buying gifts for other people. You might be making stuff for your parents, but people are centered around buying gifts for you, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, your parents, maybe if you have older siblings. And then as you get older, when you want something, you just go out and you buy it and you get it. We've lost the concept of wish lists. And this is a little bit off topic, but I did a low buy this year. I'm still doing it. In September, I did a no buy for the first time. That was really hard. We're gonna keep going till I succeed. I failed 2 times in the month of September. They were very small purchases, but just goes to show that it is a difficult challenge. I am redoing it again from October to December, gonna get through Black Friday and not buy a single thing, and then hopefully bring it into the new year and do it in January. And what the low buy, especially the no buy, taught me was delayed gratification. There were things that have come up during the year and things that came up in the month of September that I wanted so badly and I couldn't buy it. And most of the time, by the time I got to the end of the month, I was kind of like, I don't even want it anymore. Back to the concept of wish lists, we've lost that idea. I have an ongoing wish list. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna buy everything on that list. It just means that it's a good way of tracking some of the things that I want. And when those days come up, like Christmas and my birthday, I can ask for those things and hope that I get them. And that's the whole idea of that surprise and exciting feeling of being a kid on Christmas morning, because you've waited so long for these certain things that you've asked for. You're, at least me growing up, my parents wouldn't just give me stuff. It would be at certain holidays and birthdays that, you know, I would get some money at Easter, I would get some stuff for Christmas and my birthday. But during the year, it was pretty strict. Like, I didn't get much. So those days meant a lot. And I have vivid memories in my mind. One Christmas, I wanted a digital camera so bad. It was like the early 2010s, late 2000s. Everybody had a digital camera and I wanted one so bad. And I remember asking my parents for months for this digital camera, and I thought about it, I prayed about it, I wanted it so bad. And the anticipation of waiting until Christmas was honestly more fun than getting it, because it's just such an exciting feeling. And when I finally opened it and I got it on Christmas, I was so grateful. And that's the other thing too, when you practice delayed gratification, when you finally get that item that you've been wanting for so long, you are so grateful to have it, rather than just buying something new every single day or just getting stuff whenever you want. We don't practice that gratitude that we should have with our belongings. I don't know if you guys remember growing up, but Sears. If you don't know what Sears is, then maybe you're too young to be watching this video, but Sears was a huge department store, and every year they sent to every single house the wish list book catalog. And I'm gonna put a picture here if I find it. This catalog just tore me apart. It was like the best thing of the entire year. My cousins and I would wait for this catalog to be delivered, and I'm pretty sure it got delivered pretty early, like beginning of October, like around this time. And how much fun I would have. And then I would sit with my cousins and we would go through it together. We were at my grandparents' house and we would circle all the things that we would want, and we would compare and we would talk about it. And it was so fun, just the process of making a wish list. And half the time we didn't even get those things, but it was just such a fun process. And it was just part of the magic of Christmas, and it made it so much fun. And I really encourage you, between the next 3 months, try not to buy anything. If there's something that you want, put it on a wish list and ask a family member or ask a friend. And when you get to wait for it and you finally have it, you're just gonna appreciate it so much more. And that's what we want. And we're bringing back that spirit, that magic of Christmas, writing a wish list to Santa, writing a wish list to your parents, and hoping that you get it. And even if you don't get it, you're so grateful still for the things that you have. And we just wanna always bring it back to gratitude. That is the most important thing. So practice delayed gratification. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do that this year, and I think it's gonna make my Christmas night and day compared to the ones that I've had in the past. Number 3, this one's a little bit interesting, but we have lost the art of traditions over aesthetics and social media. And I'm gonna try and explain this the best way that I can based off of what I've noticed. I feel like when I was growing up as a child, the things that were the most important during Christmas time were family, spending time together, the food, and creating traditions together. And I know for myself, some of the traditions that we created every year, my cousins and I would put on a talent show, and all the adults would watch with not a single phone in their hand. And we will never have that again. Think back, I'm born in 97. So if you were born in the 90s and earlier, you can relate, maybe the early 2000s, maybe. My sister's born in 05, and I think that she can still remember a time when she was young with already my parents and family members being on cell phones. But we will never have that again, where we are in a room with our entire family and not one person is on a screen. Not one person is distracted by something else other than what is right in front of them. And performing these talent shows, obviously we weren't good, but all the adults sat there, they all watched, no distractions, no cell phones. We were engaged, we were present. Another tradition that we did, a male every year in my family would dress up as Santa. They'd do a whole script, they'd come in from outside. It was like a whole thing. It would hand out one gift per person in the entire family. It was just, these are the memories that I think of and I remember. You know, I remember my grandparents' food. I remember the family memories we made together. If we watched a movie, if we went for a walk, I remember all of them. I don't remember the aesthetics of what the table looked like and the aesthetics of our Christmas photos if we took them together, which we definitely did not have aesthetics for our Christmas photos, I'll tell you that much. I don't remember, or my family didn't care about creating a TikTok reel about their Christmas Eve or their Christmas Day, or making a video of what I got for Christmas. How about less what I got for Christmas and more, these are the traditions that my family and I created for Christmas this year. We want to see a little bit more of this one and not this one. And I think we've lost the art of tradition. I think everybody overshares. I think we've lost the art of keeping things to ourselves and to our own families. And you don't need to share these traditions with everybody. You can keep them in your heart. Not everybody needs to know about these things that you do with your family, because that's meant for you and for you only. I think nowadays, if you were to walk into a family celebrating Christmas, you would see all the kids on iPads or playing their Nintendo Switches, and you would see all the adults on their phones. And that is so sad. And then you would look at their Christmas photo and it would look perfect. Polished and perfect on Facetune. The mom and the dad and the kids have matching pajamas with their little dog sitting in front of a Christmas tree. But on Christmas Eve, they're all scrolling on their phones. Like, which one would you rather have? I would much rather have a dysfunctional Christmas photo. Maybe we're all in raggedy pajamas that we got at the thrift store. But when it's quality family time, it's quality family time. Phones are put away, screens are put away. We're spending time together playing a board game or watching a movie. Maybe we're just hanging out. That's what I think Christmas is about. It's about family time, it's about being present, it's about being intentional, it's about spending time with your loved ones. If you're healthy, you're good, you're lucky, you are living golden. So I also encourage you this year to either go back to your old roots, go back to your old traditions, try and bring them back. Or if you're like me, where you're kind of in a transition of starting your own family eventually and trying to figure out what you want new traditions to be, now is the time. You know, maybe that might be that you start cooking the dinners with your grandparents, or you do start doing more talent shows with your own kids, or you watch the same movie every year, or you go on a walk at the same park every year. You know, there's so many ways that you guys can start traditions, but just stay off social media during the holidays. You don't need to be on there. The people that are important to you are right in front of you, not on your cell phone. The last thing I think has made a big difference in why we've lost that magic of Christmas is because sometimes we get burned out. And I think we're so focused sometimes on the actual idea of Christmas. We have to go visit this person. We have to get this person a gift. We have to do this. We have to do that. And I think if we just stopped and we slowed down and we were more present and intentional, I think that we would appreciate our time spent with people more. And I think you also need to be able to take time to fill up your own cup. If you have not filled up your own cup, you're not going to have anything to give to other people. So if you have 5 days of Christmas break and each day you are going on an outing or doing this or doing that or doing this, I think you should take a day for yourself and just enjoy the feeling of Christmas with yourself, with your husband, with your wife, with your kids. You know, you're gonna see your parents, you're gonna see your grandparents, you're gonna see your cousins and your aunts and your uncles and your friends, but make sure that you have a day for you, because the holidays can be very, very crazy. It can be very, very overwhelming, and you want to make sure that you have time to fill up your own cup during that time. You can follow these 4 things and maybe change a little bit of it. I think that you will be able to bring the magic back in Christmas. And these are also things that you can apply in your everyday life. I know that these are things I apply in my everyday life, and it really makes such a big difference. We want to spend our life being grateful for what we have and not constantly chasing things that we don't have, because what we have is more than enough. If you have a shelter over your head, if you have food on your table, if you are able to drink clean water, if you are able to take a shower, if you are able to put clothes on, then you are more well off than 90% of people in the world. So think about these things, try to apply them to your life. I hope it was interesting for you, and I'll see you back at my next video.